Bledsoe was arrested.
Patrick Montgomery was in court.
Jonathan Manapa will stay in federal custody.
No, I don't take responsibility at all.
Everyone, welcome to the show. So 37-year-old New Jersey resident, now Florida woman, Anna Lichnowski, I think is how you pronounce it. She completely fell for Donald Trump's election fraud fairy tale. On November 9th of 2020, Lichnowski messaged someone on Facebook and she wrote, quote, "The Dems have showed their part in this voter fraud game. Once the lid's blown off, it'll be nuts." Yeah, still waiting for that lid to blow off 4 years later. So then on November 10th, Lichnowski sent another Facebook message and she spread some more misinformation she picked up somewhere along the line. She said in part, quote, "Some states don't even have to certify until December 8. No one's won anything, LOL." Yeah, LOL is right. And then the following day, Lichnowski performed a search for the term voter fraud is real. And on December 31st of 2020, Lichnowski sent two Facebook messages. One of them said, quote, "I'll be in DC the 5th and 6th, ha ha ha. I want to be there for the votes." The other one read, quote, "I hope he just uses the Insurrection Act." So on January 6th, Lichnowski was seen on surveillance video illegally entering the Capitol. She joined in with chants of traitor and it's our house, and then she headed to the Capitol crypt. She was there for approximately 30 minutes, despite officers approaching her. They asked her to leave. She finally exited the building after almost 40 minutes, and then Lichnowski remained on the restricted grounds for an additional 45 minutes. So following the Capitol attack, Lichnowski messaged a family member and said, quote, "I was with the group that fucking stormed the Capitol, and I'm proud of it." Lichnowski also posted a comment on Facebook on January 16th of 2024. And in that comment, she wrote, quote, "I was there. I smelt the tear gas." In caps, too. Smelt it. And then in another Facebook exchange, Lichnowski acknowledged that others trespassed and committed acts of vandalism at the Capitol, but she tried to justify it by, of course, pointing to the BLM protests. So for a multitude of reasons, Lichnowski obviously knew they were not welcome in the Capitol or on the grounds that day. So Lichnowski was arrested on July 27th of 2023, and she was charged with entering a restricted building or grounds, 2 counts of disorderly conduct, and parading or demonstrating in a Capitol building. Lichnowski refused a plea deal. She opted for a bench trial. And as with the vast majority of these defendants, she thought she could bullshit the judge. Lichnowski claimed that she only approached the Capitol because a friend had called her and said the building had been evacuated. So Lichnowski said, "Oh, I just wanted to see what was happening." So according to the prosecutor, though, that call never took place. She did receive a call from that particular friend, but the government proved that call took place on the night of January 5th. Lichnowski also admitted to seeing broken windows and hearing an alarm when she entered the Capitol, but she still tried to convince the judge that she had no idea she wasn't allowed inside. So her testimony went on like that throughout the trial, and Lichnowski tried to downplay her actions even more and her knowledge of the government and, showing irrefutable evidence to the contrary, of course. I mean, it was just very obvious she knew exactly what was going down that day. She wasn't allowed. So the judge said Lichnowski's statements were untruthful and that she, quote, sought to deceive the court by the statements that she made, which were not sufficient in accomplishing that objective. So in July of 2024, the judge found Lichnowski guilty on all counts, and she was looking at a combined 3 years in prison, 12 years of probation, and $210,000 in fines. However, the government requested a sentence of 1 year in prison, 1 year of probation, and $500 in restitution. Lichnowski's attorney asked for probation only, and the attorney cited issues that she's had with substance abuse, 2 near-fatal overdoses. And they said, she's been sober now for a while, which strikes me as odd because I had always heard that a big part of remaining sober was learning to admit your mistakes and take responsibility for your actions, what you've done wrong. This woman still has not admitted to her crimes. And she asked the judge to delay her sentencing until after Trump's inauguration. So, yeah. No sense of responsibility here. So I say it's only a matter of time before she falls off that wobbly wagon with this type of behavior. Anyway, U.S. District Judge Reggie Walton presided over Lichnowski's case. He is normally very tough, but for some reason he sentenced her to only 45 days in jail, 3 years of probation, 200 hours of community service, and $5,000 in fines. Totally inadequate for someone who lied to the court, who refused to admit wrongdoing. And speaking of which, one day after Lichnowski was sentenced, she posted on Twitter, quote, "Yesterday, D.C. sentenced me to 45 days in jail, 3 years probation, 5,000 in fines, and 200 hours community service for January 6th misdemeanors that I did not commit." Yeah. So even if Trump does pardon this one, I have no doubt we're going to be hearing more about her in the future. Yeah. And not for anything good, not because she won an award or she cured cancer. So I will let you know. Thank you all so much for watching and listening. Please like, please share, and subscribe. Please donate if you can. Love you all. Take care. Talk with you soon.